Hi, my name's VenkatA, and I'm a rising senior biology and religious studies double major, and I want to be a biochemistry mentor this fall. I mentored for Orgo 2 last spring with Dr. Crimmins, and I really liked it. It was a great experience, and I thought that I was really able to help the students in class. Often, those students weren't really able to ask Crimmins a question because the class is so fast-paced in 50 minutes, or they were nervous to be the only voice in the whole class, and it's nice to be that person on the side that can answer someone's questions when they need help so they can catch up to the rest of the class. And I sat kind of on the same side of the classroom every single day, and I formed connections with these students and was able to go up to the same students often and be like, hey, do you need help with this topic? And they would come to me with questions too, which was really nice. So, and then I took biochem with Pilak last fall as a junior, and it was like my favorite class. I thought that he was such a good teacher, but one thing that the class was missing was mentors in the class because they were only really present for the exams and had review sessions, but they weren't present in the aisles during class where we could ask them questions. And I think that this semester I would really like to be able to be that resource for students that are taking biochem in the fall, because it's a really difficult class and it's really intense subject matter. But if you have someone kind of helping you along the way that isn't a professor, it's a little bit less scary. And also, biochem is a super important subject for a lot of juniors and seniors that are planning on taking the MCAT, and I think that it's important to have a good foundation in the subject. So I'd really like to mentor for that this fall, and now it's time for me to do the practice problem. So I think for biochem, it's really important to do problems that have structures, because that's a majority of the course. So I did a problem that involves the structure of ATP and the hydrolysis of ATP. So a step in glycolysis is ATP hydrolysis to fuel the process. And it's important to note that the process is exergonic with a free energy state of negative 30.5 kilojoules per mole. But why? Exactly. So I've drawn out the basic structure of ATP. We have a couple more oxygens to fill in here. But where does the break happen, and why does it become more stable after the break? So the break's obviously happening right here, meaning that the gamma phosphate, so this is the gamma, the beta, and the alpha phosphates, the gamma phosphate is breaking off. So now the gamma phosphate is by itself, meaning that it has more ability to create resonance structures and become more stable on its own rather than in the larger structure. Also, the second reason that ATP hydrolysis is exergonic is because of electrostatic repulsion. Electrostatic repulsion occurs between the phosphates because of the negative charges in between all of these oxygens. They all repel each other, and they're having negative interactions with each other, which makes this molecule less stable. But when one phosphate goes away, there's a little bit less of electrostatic repulsion, making the new molecule more stable. Therefore, the energy becomes negative as it increases in stability.